It's like we were the rock, like, smell what the rock is cooking. Like, we both did it.
It was really weirdly in sync with each other.
Yeah, guess that's why we're here. All right, well, I started recording,
All right.
so welcome in.
Welcome in, everybody. Hello, Carrie.
Hello, Floyd.
How are you?
I'm as good as I've been for the last 30 minutes that we've been talking. How are
Are you
you?
well rested?
You know what? I'm not. How are you? Are you well rested?
I can't say that I slept the best last night, but I'm excited for this. So,
My last message from you, or one of the last messages from you, was something like, I've had a lot of beers, so something like that.
yeah, yeah, I said I was definitely drunk and tired and good night.
Hmm. And personally, I
Last
just.
night was fun. That was fun gaming. It was fun. Just fun times all around. That was one of the better nights of gaming that we've had in a while.
That was a good night of gaming. That was a good one.
So I
Um,
guess I'll introduce myself for people that might not know me. I'm Floyd Von Terror. Formerly used to be a streamer on Facebook Gaming and Twitch and YouTube and Kick. Uh, Facebook Gaming is where I met Carrie. Where all do you stream, Carrie?
um, I also used to be a streamer.
Still am, but used to too.
I still am. Yeah, I stream sometimes on TikTok, sometimes on Twitch, and sometimes on Kick. And maybe even YouTube. We'll see.
uh, trying to do the multiple platforms all at the same time
Hmm.
used to bog my system down so much.
For
I used to
me,
hate trying to. Go ahead.
oh, it's same. I can't like and do them all at the same time physically on the computer like yours, but also I just feel like mentally streaming in more than one place and not having one to focus on is difficult for me
Hmm.
too. I'm very much like a one thing at a time, focus on one thing kind of person. I don't like to have like multiple things going, although I do all the time.
You do. You are pretty busy.
But I would rather have like one thing and focus on it.
It was discouraging when you thought you had it working properly, but you start looking at like the views and stuff for the different platforms that you're on simultaneously,
Mm-hmm.
and you don't have anything on one or two of them. You're like, am I connected? Is there
Mm-hmm.
really just nobody there?
Mm-hmm.
There were times where I would go back and there just wouldn't be any video or anything. It's like, well, it said I was streaming, but I guess I wasn't.
Yeah. And the analytics aren't always accurate while you're live too, so it's hard to know what's going on while you're live as well. Because half the time it'll say you have no viewers, but you actually have like 12 or
Yeah.
something, or vice
Yep.
versa. Or it says you have 12 and there's nobody there and you're talking to yourself.
That's always the. I think that's upsetting as a streamer to kind of miss that connection with a potential new viewer or streamer or not streamer, but a new fan
Mm-hmm.
might be popping in saying hey, and then they think you're ignoring them or something because you don't even see a
Mm-hmm.
message coming through. Because if you don't have the your stuff properly showing you everything that's happening, then you don't have anything to respond to.
Yeah, and we both started streaming on Facebook Gaming, which is how we met. And one thing I found about Facebook is it often wouldn't show you comments and stuff, so that was like a common problem. Like I think that's one of the worst apps out of all of them for streaming for missed comments.
Well, there's that, and then there was the delay because
Mm-hmm.
you'd have comments that were done like 2 or 3 minutes before you they actually show up in the stream.
Mm-hmm.
So like when you're playing a fast paced game or anything, and like people are commenting on what's happening or a joke that happened while you're playing with other people, and then somebody wants to comment on that joke and like
Mm-hmm.
chime in, but it's on such a delay that
Yeah.
you're already past that, and then something else. and then you have no clue what they're talking about if it was just a quick response. So it really would be more helpful. I think Facebook shot themselves in the foot a lot with just how they, I don't know, I guess the timing of everything with
Mm-hmm.
the game streams. Like they just couldn't get their act together with it and
Mm-hmm.
kind of just stopped putting forth effort
Mm-hmm.
for the streamers that were there trying to make it work.
Yeah, so you can still stream there, but there's no support and there's no specialized program. But you can still stream there.
Mhm.
Um, and lots of people still watch videos on Facebook and stuff and whatever. But
Yeah.
yes, as for the gaming, they did drop the ball. You know, it's hard
Did
to
we
believe.
meet through like a raid? Did I finish a stream and then raid you?
I don't think so. I think you just popped into my stream after you finished the stream. You were just cruising.
Maybe.
And I think you
It
just
was
happened to
definitely
pop
right
in.
after I finished a session of streaming.
Mm-hmm.
I came into your stream and was like, "Oh, this chick's funny as hell." I was like, "I don't play Fortnite." You were playing Fortnite at the time.
Mm-hmm.
I'd never played before. I think I
Mm-hmm.
played once at my sister's house in like 2016, and I hated it.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, "This is so childish looking. This is
Mm-hmm.
dumb. F this. I don't play Call of Duty." And I was a Call of Duty streamer at the time. You were doing Fortnite, and I think I started visiting your stream here and there, and you were visiting mine.
Mm-hmm.
We made the deal that if I tried out Fortnite
Mm-hmm.
with you on a stream, you would try out Call of Duty with me and a guy named Wayne that I used to stream with regularly, who was hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
And you agreed, and we followed through with it, and we had
Yep.
some pretty fun, fun times playing both games. And now I have sworn off Call of Duty, and I'm all in on Fortnite now.
Just funny. Yeah.
Um, which I used to. It's weird because of how much I just thought it was such a stupid looking game. Like I thought it
Mm-hmm.
was so cartoony and dumb looking.
That's what's fun
But
about it, though. That's the draw, right? Like,
mhm,
I feel like no matter how into the games each match we get, we're easily distracted by how stupid the game is itself as well.
mhm,
At the same time, like as much as it frustrates us, it also is the best part of it. Like the dancing, I know other games have that too, but it's just not the same.
I don't know. There's other games that have the dancing emotes and stuff
Mm-hmm.
like that, but I don't think anybody does it nearly as well as Fortnite does.
Yeah.
And I think that the cartoony and outlandishness of
Yeah.
Fortnite is what makes those emotes that much better.
Yeah.
Uh, because some of those dances and just trolling emotes are
Yeah.
so much better with just cheesy cartoon animation going along with it.
It's the type of characters too, right? The dancing peely banana
Yep.
versus a serious
Well,
looking, well animated Call of Duty guy or whatever.
well, plus you have all these crossovers, these licensed characters that have made deals with
Mm-hmm.
Fortnite and stuff
Yeah.
and done crossovers in the game. People you wouldn't expect. You got Jason Voorhees doing like little shimmies,
Yeah.
dances and stuff. And like all these other serious characters, the Terminator, Predator, Alien, all these different characters that I'm in love with
Mm-hmm.
that are now in this cartoony game doing these weird ass dances and stuff, or these traversal emotes just kind of riding around. You got a giant
Those are
alien riding around in a choo-choo train
those are
across the
gas.
map. It's funny.
Yeah.
It's entertaining.
The when we started, I'm not even sure that they had crossovers like that when I start to think about it. Yes, they have a ton of them now, but when we first started, or when I first started, which was before you, it was mostly battle pass game created skins and maybe a content creator or two, maybe
Hmm.
icon skins was a
I think there
content
was a few
creator.
content creators.
I might be wrong on that, but there definitely wasn't nearly. There was no Sabrina Carpenter and Jason Voorhees, and that's definitely that's definitely funny to see. Them dancing together
Yeah,
is priceless, or whatever, right? Like, you can't beat that.
some of them, like the female or more feminine emotes being done by like Arnold Schwarzenegger as the Terminator, or they're just hilarious.
Yeah, for sure. I was thinking back to when you said like it's hard because when you're live and there's the delay and everything like that. Um, did you ever have somebody come in and be like, "Well, screw you then. Don't talk to me," and leave before you even had the delay of like seeing their comment and stuff? Like,
That was that would stop my stream dead in its tracks whenever I was live. I'd be having such a good time
yeah,
chatting with the people that are there that are regularly there. And I kind of at a certain point you kind of understand the delay that you have.
yeah,
And
you wait
oh,
for
well,
them
this
to
person was
answer.
referencing this from 2 or 3 minutes ago.
Yeah,
But when you do get that one person that says hi
yeah,
and it's kind of buried between a couple other comments and you didn't quite catch it,
yeah,
and then the next comments are a couple minutes later and it's like, F you, I'm
yeah.
out. This is the way you treat your viewers,
What a
and then
shitty
they're gone.
streamer. Yeah,
And you look down and you're like, oh hey, oh what did I do? What happened? And you realize like your other people are letting you know, like, yeah, they came in and I guess they said hey and they weren't happy that you didn't respond.
so funny.
Yeah, I'm sorry. And as a smaller streamer, because I never made it very big, the most I really ever had on average was maybe 10 viewers
Hmm.
at any given time. And usually it was less than that. Once in a while, I'd have more, especially if somebody rated me or something.
Hmm.
But having that small, tiny group that was there every stream,
Hmm.
they would chat a lot. It would be like there was a lot of people there because they are chatting a lot. And the way you and I stream, we like setting up reward programs and alerts and like just funny, goofy things that happen when people do things. Like if they make a donation or whatever,
Hmm.
you got your different alerts that go off and like hit you off guard, or they're funny sounding or whatever. And when you got your regulars in your chat just kind of blowing up your notifications and whatnot, sometimes you do miss a new viewer coming in,
Yeah,
and I can see how it would be upsetting to them.
yeah,
As a streamer, I knew going into other people's streams if they didn't see me say hi immediately, I know what it's like, so I
yeah,
didn't really react that way to them.
yeah,
But I do understand where they're coming from, being irritated. They would usually react very over the top
yeah,
with that kind of response, like "screw you," and then they leave. If that's what you how you want to react,
yeah.
fine. Nobody is forcing you to watch anybody's content. But I do wish that I would have caught some of them. But some of the responses were hilarious. Just or not responses, but they're them attacking you because you didn't
To
respond.
crash out because
Some
you
of them
didn't
were
say
hilarious.
hi. Yeah, that was.
Also, reactions from people. As time went on, I became one of your moderators in your chat, and just seeing some of the people have, I won't say better responses, but uh, more into you responses, like just kind of wanting to wine and dine you in your chat, and us as mods kind of having to put the stop to that or bring it to your attention or whatever.
Yeah,
Because as a male streamer, I didn't really get any of that, and it was more like my. It also revolved around me drinking and getting drunk and doing stupid challenges on stream. So everybody was going after me with that. And then a lot of people, random people would come into your chat and just like, oh, it's a girl gamer. Let me hit on her hardcore. Let me shoot my shot in her DMs or whatever.
yeah,
And as a moderator, our hands were full.
yeah. Even as a viewer, honestly, even as a female viewer in gaming in a stream, I had somebody in my
Hmm.
DMs last night as being somebody else's moderator or just viewing their stream, and immediately into because I said, "Hey, how's your night going?" Immediately into my DMs, right? It's like,
How's your night going? Oh, let me tell you about it.
hey, want to see my pictures? Immediately.
Hey, how's your night going? I
Yeah.
don't know. You tell me. Look at this.
Bingo.
Could be going way better if you respond. No, that was
Yes,
always one of my favorite parts. Not that I wanted to see that kind of stuff, but
it's
that was
fun.
one of my favorite parts just because what I would do with it, because I would take the people would send you D pics,
Yeah.
and I would take these pictures and Photoshop them,
Hmm.
and I'd put funny faces on them and stuff, just like the D was the nose, and I put googly eyes and shit like that.
Send it back.
It was pretty fun just to troll these people and send those pictures back to them after they're edited.
There's some wild, wild people out there. We got some.
There is. It's pretty insane the audacity
I look
that some
forward.
of these people have.
I look forward to that adventure again. So, as streamers, we had been admins on each other's pages. Back in the old Facebook days of streaming, you had to have like a, you didn't have to, but it was a safe bet to have another admin on your page. And
Mhm.
we met so randomly. Um, but, as time went on, we became very good friends to the point where, like, yeah, here we are now, what, 6 years later, 5 years later? I don't know.
Yeah, it was the
So,
beginning of COVID.
yeah. So, at that time, after getting to know each other and playing more, we became closer, trustworthy friends, and yeah, we were admins on each other's pages, so we had access to each other's messages and everything on the page. And so I this adventure will be similar because we're both going to have access to these accounts. So just so you know,
Hmm.
anything you send to me is going to him too.
I will see it,
Yeah,
and
his eyes will
I
probably
am.
see it before my eyes, actually.
I will. I will definitely give you a heads up. I am pretty decent and quick with Photoshop on my phone. So any given time, it'll be sent right back to you. If stuff like that does come in, and we see on your profile that your mother is friends with you, your mother might get a message of a
Right.
photoshopped D pic from you. We don't recommend it. But for content, if you want to,
Bring it.
your own choice.
Yeah, send D pics at your own risk. Also, we do
Well,
have a friend who's collecting, and she's going to start the big book of little D's. So,
that's awesome.
right. Hi, Stacy.
On the flip side of that, we had very we had a lot of like faithful like viewers that became very good friends with us,
Yep.
and that we would play with regularly and do these kind of events and stuff with. Um, one of my favorite things that we did was through your stream where we would do the Fortnite fashion shows.
Yeah, that was fun.
Um, that was a lot of fun. We did a lot of them, and you
Yeah.
give out prizes
Best
for
or
different things.
worst.
You get V-Bucks, you'd give people like skins or back blings and stuff like that. But I had a lot of fun doing those because after we would do them, we would also do like custom games and whatnot, where it's just a lobby full of people that we know playing the game together, and we'd be attacking each other or whatever. And that to me, a lot of the times, knowing who all is in the lobby with you
Mm-hmm.
that you're going to be running into,
Yeah.
like that makes the game that much more fun to me than just some random person shooting me in the game and killing me. Like knowing that I died to Stacy or Danny or Wayne or you or somebody else in the game that I knew, that was like I would laugh. Like my reaction to dying in that kind of a game would be laughter and fun.
Yeah.
And a lot of times when I'm playing the game for real, I just get so pissed off because I'm like, oh, this guy's hacking, whatever. Like, but when you're playing with a bunch of friends, you know they aren't hacking. You know they're
Yeah.
just there
They're
having a good
not.
time, and you can't help but laugh when you die to one of your friends.
Yeah, that was always fun. And also, it changes the way you play because, oh, Floyd is a creeper. He's strategic. Or Carrie's often hanging way back and likes to snipe. Watch your head.
Mhm.
Like, so,
Yeah,
you know, I guess I gotta be careful
my
what I say because those words will get you.
yeah,
Anyway.
that was also fun dropping into your streams when I wasn't co-hosting with you or anything. Just you're live and you're doing a custom game, and you got the code on the screen. I'm like, I'm not even gonna tell her. I'm just gonna join. And I joined the game, and then
Yeah.
like I come in, I find it. Like I literally would stream snipe you,
Yeah.
and I would come to wherever you were on the map, and I wouldn't kill you. I would just be there driving around a car or
Yeah.
whatever,
I'm like,
and then I'd leave,
yes.
and I'd show back up again mid game, and then end game, like just coming and fucking with you, and then
That's
leaving
funny.
because it's just fun.
That's the best part of gaming for me. I started playing with my kids personally. I mean, I've always played video games. It's always been a part of. Whoops. It's always been a part of me. But recently, as an adult gaming, I really only started playing again because of my kids. And one thing, for me that's really important that I've gained from gaming is the friends like you. Like here we are, and
Hmm.
so those moments of hanging out with everybody like that, those are like my fondest memories, and that's why I continue to do it, is to hang out with people. Like for me, that's everything. I know for you it's similar. Like a big part of gaming for you is it's people. I'm not really in it for the game at all. I don't care if we win or lose. I mean, it's nice to win. We won a lot last night, but
We did.
we don't usually, but we did. And it makes it a
So
little more interesting. But it's yeah, we could be doing fashion shows or growing a garden in Roblox, or it doesn't matter what we're doing. Um, you know, for me, it's really about the people. And I look forward to this for the same reason. The conversations have always been fun too, right? So,
good. The people definitely like. I want to play with my friend, like my best of friends in gaming. That's who I want to play with all the time.
mm-hmm,
If I can play with the same, if I play squads with the same three people uh, every night, I'm happy.
mm-hmm,
But it's the when you're streaming, the friends that are in there that you've made that are there, they come there regularly. They don't got to be at every stream or watch every video, but they're there regularly and consistently. And you kind of the relationships that you make when you're in these games with them, it just makes the atmosphere more comfortable.
mm-hmm.
Like it's more relaxed, it's more comfortable, it's just more fun all around. Um, and one of the other things that I like about the communities that we had was being able to interact with them through chat and them dictate kind of how your games went when we're
Yeah.
doing when we used to do SMS, which was Fuck Me Friday.
Mm-hmm.
We would have a spin wheel with punishments on it. And generally we would be drinking on these events. So they'd either be paying for you to take shots or drinks, or paying for you to have some kind of a punishment
Right.
during the game that you're playing. And these games were not games where we're trying to win.
Mm-mm.
We're trying to fulfill the punishment. And some of these punishments were super fun. And I have a favorite punishment that we've done.
Okay.
Uh, you probably know what it is.
Maybe.
Um, but I think it is when they spun the wheel and it landed on we had to cosplay as each other.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Us
That was
us cosplaying as each other
the
on the
stupidest
fucking
thing.
stream. There's clips of that somewhere on YouTube, or I
Yeah,
don't know
I
if they're
bet.
still on your Facebook page or what.
Yeah.
But those clips of I've got the wig and everything on to look like at the time you had more reddish colored hair,
Mm-hmm.
like magenta or whatever it was, and I had this wig, and I have a deep voice. Everybody knows that I have a deep voice, and when I try to like do this higher pitched voice as a more feminine voice, it was pretty over the top and not at all what you sound like. But then you kind of slid off screen, and I just start hearing this giggling sound, and it starts sounding muffled. And you come back on screen, and you've got this full beard
Right.
completely consuming your mouth. You can't see your mouth at all through this beard and mustache. And you've got the hat, the 666 hat on and shit. And you even I'm a fully tattooed person, and she did her knuckle tattoos. She drew them on so that she could be me to the best of her ability. But her trying to talk, like you trying to talk that whole time while you have this beard on, in between the muffles and the giggling and laughter that you were doing, you couldn't get a fucking word out.
No.
You, the only thing that I think I actually heard you say was, "I'm I'm terrifying."
Yeah.
Like
And
you just
well,
kept
yeah.
trying to say that.
I was laughing for one, but also it tasted horrible and there was so much hairs in my mouth from this stupid fake fur beard. It's like fur, right? It's not, trimmed, manicured. It's just fur and it was all it was nasty.
It was a
It's
high
still around.
quality.
It's still around somewhere. It might come
That's
back
awesome.
one day.
I have to bust that back out one day.
One day.
This podcast
We'll
featuring
have to
Floyd Von
do
Terror and Floyd Von Terror.
like a certain number of followers, and we'll bring that back.
Yeah, that'll be fun. If I could stream again, like if my internet service and my
Hmm.
computer, like my computer's just crapping out all around.
Hmm.
I couldn't get my webcam to work this morning. Like I can't, like it's not reading certain things in the USB ports.
Hmm.
And out of the 12 USB ports this thing has, I think only like three of them are left working.
Hmm.
So I can have my microphone plugged in, I can have
Right.
my controller plugged in, and I
Right.
can have my headphones plugged in, and that's really it. Like, well, I've got my mouse plugged in right now, so I got four working. My keyboard won't get like it doesn't read a keyboard anymore.
Mm.
So if I could get all of this stuff fixed and get back into streaming, 100%, I loved it. It was
Yeah,
some of the my favorite times, favorite memories. Just every night was an adventure streaming.
that's true. You never know what was going to happen, who was going to come in. That's the fun part of it too. The surprise element sometimes was super fun. I like
What?
the randomness of the sabotage nights. I was gonna have a favorite. It's funny that you said like my favorite because like I was immediately thinking of what my favorite was, and this is prior to me playing with you. But my favorite that I ever saw you and Wayne do, and this is one of my first memories of you guys. One of the first streams I came into was that you had to sing everything. Well, that was a sabotage.
Oh my God.
Oh man, the I was howling, and that's again like this is one of the first things after I've met you guys, and I was sold. I was like, oh, these are my people because like it was just insanity.
Some of those, some of those when we were playing Call of Duty, because we were angry and shouting majority of the time.
Yeah.
I'm a loud person, and he's also very loud. And when we're drunk, the volume goes up even higher somehow. But trying while you're drunk and angry, trying to sing
Yeah.
all of your call outs,
Yeah.
like you need ammo or enemy over to the
Yeah.
left or
Yeah.
anything, enemy on the mountain, any of these things that you need to call out while you're singing was extremely difficult and awkward and embarrassing. And
Mm-hmm.
it did make for great content though for people that were watching. Like a lot of people loved the singing that we had to do.
Yeah.
Um, we also played with Wayne's wife, and she was actually very popular on our streams.
Mm-hmm.
Because she would say some off the wall things while we were doing these punishments.
Mm-hmm.
The four corners punishments that we had to do, where all four of us have to land in a different corner of the map
Mm-hmm.
and fight our way to the middle. Like
Mm-hmm.
that was also insane for us. Vehicles only was always weird and fun.
Mm-hmm. For me,
Oh,
my
vehicles
favorite.
only.
Sorry.
We did that on Fortnite too
Mm-hmm.
with you, where we would do vehicles only. And then
Mm-hmm.
when they released that season where it was
Vehicles.
focused on the vehicles, and I was so happy about it.
Yeah, this the just a few seasons before they put that season out, I had made like a customs where we did demo derby, and then they basically made a whole season of it. So it was like playing our customs all the time. It was
That,
definitely
yeah,
fun.
that was
Um,
fun.
Between just me and you when we did most of our co-streams, my favorite sabotage or challenge, whatever you want to call it, between us was emotes only. And again, going back to Fortnite and how stupid Fortnite is and their emotes and everything, trying to get through a whole match without dying and having emotes only while people are so serious and sweating on
Hmm.
you, and you're in there just doing the choo choo train all together across the map or whatever.
It
Those, for me,
it was
those were
fun.
my favorite matches. That was my favorite one to play, to get somebody to give us. That was.
When you could do the emotes only and get far in the game, and then serious people would join in on your emotes, that was when it was the best. That
Yeah,
was
yeah,
peak excitement and fun, is
yeah.
when the sweats shoot at you and see you're not reacting, you just continue emoting. And then they're like, you know what? I'm not going to kill that guy. I'm going to
Right.
join in. And then they fucking join in, and you've got a line of 20 people behind you.
Mm-hmm.
That was fun.
Mm-hmm. That's the
Especially
best.
getting to the end, and then everybody just starts fighting, and while the circle's yay big.
Super fun. It's nice when you find people who just want to have a laugh, for sure.
Hmm. They're there to have fun, not try to. I mean, there's one thing about trying to like improve your skill
Mm-hmm.
and get better if you want to be a tournament player or make money in the tournament cups and stuff like that
Mm-hmm.
and do it professionally. That's cool, but most of us are in the regular uh gen, like public games.
Mm-hmm.
We're there to have fun. We're not really there to be pro players.
Mm-hmm.
So if you can join in and just kind of drop your guard a little bit and be like, you know what, I'm gonna join these guys and emote. I don't have to kill them immediately.
Mm-hmm.
Even if you want to kill me afterwards, that's fine. Just join in and have fun for a few minutes.
Yeah,
Like,
for
I
sure.
like seeing that kind of shit.
Yeah, for sure. Those are my best memories of all the games I've played, and it doesn't happen a lot often. I mean, but I can definitely say that those are like my fondest memories of gaming aspect. Obviously, my friends are my fondest memories, but in game, yeah, when you can convince somebody to join in on your craziness, that's
Hmm.
that's peak gaming.
I met a lot of cool people streaming and doing stuff like that, and just kind
Mm-hmm.
of adding people after, like,
Mm-hmm.
they join you, they do something like that, and then they kill you, and you see what their name is, and you add them randomly, and then they join you and start playing games with you. That's a cool way to make friends and stuff in the game as well.
Mm-hmm.
I like that.
Do you have a person who you met randomly that you are like really good friends with now? Other than me, I know you found me randomly through like a stream, but is there anybody like randomly through a game that you're really good friends with now?
I think probably
Like either
the
that way or
closest
random flow or
friend
anything?
that I've made through a game would probably be Rich, because Rich I met randomly. He was part of Team Sick at the time. And he went, he's gonna hate me saying it, but he used to go by Backstreet.
Oh my god, yeah.
Uh, he
I
was
forgot
Sick
about that.
Backstreet.
Yeah.
And then when he left Team Sick, he joined Vibes, and he was Backstreet Vibes.
I don't
Both of
remember
those were
that.
short-lived, as far as I know.
I don't remember that.
But then he left teams altogether, and
Mhm.
I mean, we've been best buds playing the game since back then.
Mhm.
So I was with him through two different like esports teams,
Mhm.
um, which
Mhm.
I'm happy that he got out of them, because he seemed very stressed in them,
Mhm.
and he seemed like he had the most fun when he was just
Yeah.
hacking it up, playing with us, just goofing off.
I felt I was in one once and it was about as fast joining it as I left it. It was like
Hmm.
it's stressful. You have to understand how many different personalities are trying to communicate in one large group and coordinate things, and it's honestly, yeah, like most things, when you get a group of people together it becomes like high school, and the
Hmm.
drama, and it's nobody needs that in their
Yeah,
lives. So I
it's
understand when you
usually.
say that Rich was stressed and much happier when he was out of the groups. I agree. And
Well, just like, this probably went for you too, but like for him, for example, the groups he was in were pretty small, like
mm-hmm,
startup esports
mm-hmm,
groups. The one you were in wasn't. It's been around for a while. Still around, I think. But uh, the ones he joined, you've got somebody that created it that's at the top, and everything that's happening down here is to benefit this person up here.
Usually,
And
yeah.
if you're not doing it for this person,
Mm-hmm.
then everything in between is, it just becomes the most stressful,
Mm-hmm.
least fun thing that you can do in gaming. And I don't understand why most people subject themselves to that.
Well, I think
But I'm glad people get out of it when they realize they're not having fun anymore.
there's the hope that by being together, you can benefit each other and have good experiences together and do things together. And, it's just, it never works that way.
Yeah.
Again, it's unfortunate. It's a shame because it's such a great opportunity that you could really work together as a team and
Hmm.
create great things. But almost always, especially in industries like that, you know, this kind of entertainment, any sort of entertainment thing, a lot of people are just looking out for themselves, and they're looking to get
Yeah,
ahead, and they'll throw you under the bus to take one step forward. So
definitely.
unfortunately, that's definitely it's such a great opportunity. It's sad when it can't benefit everybody.
The craziness watching this from the outside with, I've been friends with a lot of people in a lot of different esports teams.
Mm-hmm.
There was a, I don't know how I got involved with so many people that were part of so many different teams, because I wasn't that big of a streamer and I'm not a competitive player. I get competitive while I'm gaming,
Mm-hmm.
and I get irritated when I lose. But like, I'm not competitive to the point where I'm like I'm seeking to go pro or anything like that. I
Mm-hmm.
literally come here to play games, to have fun, and unwind after work, or everything during the day is pissing me off. So now I want to just come be pissed off at a game instead of being pissed off at real life. So that's to be involved with so many people that were either starting these esports teams or they were already part of these esports teams. I don't know how I came across them. It might have been streaming and just they were live and I rated them, or
Mm-hmm.
I was live and they rated me because I was just randomly there. Good, like right place, right time, or what. But I got involved with a lot of people in a lot of different esports teams, and I have to say that the general consensus is it's not as fun as just playing the game.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't think that the monetary gain from it is worth all the stress that you have, unless you're in a team like Phase or something like that
Yeah.
where you
Yeah.
can make millions of dollars a year.
Yeah.
To sit there and try to make $20 in a month through one of these small teams in the hopes that you do make it into some kind of a small pot tournament,
Mm-hmm.
it's insane the amount of stress and uh, anger, I'm going to say, that people put themselves through to be part of these.
Yeah. Or even the growth isn't worth it. The people that typically follow you, they're not going to be those dedicated people that found you naturally. The best way to find followers is to grow naturally, to find the people who come in randomly, like yourself, into my stream, and we become friends. And those are the people that stick around, not the people that you gain through the esports team or the follow for follow thread or whatever the heck you're doing.
Hmm.
It doesn't work. You put yourself out there. If you're being yourself and you're having a good time, people used to like always come in and ask me like, oh, you're popular, how do you become popular as a streamer? I'm thinking about streaming, how do I do this? And I'm like, just if you're having a good time, they'll come back.
Hmm.
Just be yourself, have a good time, people will come back. It's just that easy. You don't need the esports team. And like you say, like you're there after work to unwind, have a good time, hang out with your friends, have a laugh. If the esports team or whatever, this is relatable to anything, if it's stressing you out, it's got to go because
Yeah.
we all have way too many other things to worry about than to be stressed about an esports video game team.
I, I made more money not trying to make money in streaming than I did
Nice.
when I was actively trying to make money.
Yeah, that's
Like
it. Yeah.
if people see that you're having a good time, legitimately having a good time,
Yeah.
they are way more willing to throw a donation your way
Mm-hmm.
or whatever just to help out with your future content and
Mm-hmm.
continuing to do it
100%.
than they are if you're just like, hey, send me $10 and get into this
Yep.
tournament that I'm going to try and hold and blah, blah, blah. 20% of it's going to go towards the winner or whatever. Like
Yeah.
trying to scam people or make money, like quick money like that.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't really work out and grow your community any.
Mm-hmm.
It might seem like it does at first when you first
Yeah.
start doing it, but when people start realizing how much of a scam it is, they're gone. And it's not just the money that's gone, they leave too.
Mm-hmm.
But when you're doing things naturally, like we were doing with fashion shows, like people didn't
Yeah.
have to pay money to join the
No.
fashion shows,
We were
and they
just.
got real rewards
Yeah.
at the end of it or through it while we did it. And it was just a way to like to show our appreciation to our viewers and the people that were there all the time. And you didn't have to give us anything. Your view and your like not dedication, but like your consistency showing up whenever you can meant a lot.
Yeah. It was a
And like
thank you.
the punishment wheel,
Mm-hmm.
like the punishment wheel, people knew how fun the stream would be
Mm-hmm.
when a punishment is involved in what we're doing. And so they would contribute more often.
Mm-hmm.
And the more fun that you have doing those punishments, the more punishments that come in.
Mm-hmm.
Like there was nights where I would make and it was $1 or $2 a spin on this wheel.
Mm-hmm.
Unless you were paying for a drink, you just wouldn't spin the wheel. You would just pay $5 for a shot. There were nights where just in punishments alone, I was making $300 a night just for them spinning the wheel because we were just having such a fun time and people wanted to keep spinning it.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that makes all the difference on whether you're legitimately having a fun time or whether you're running your stream visibly to the audience as if it's a business.
Yes.
And it is behind the scenes.
Everything
Being a
is.
streamer
Yeah.
is a business,
Because
but to
that's.
actively be showing that towards the audience
Yeah.
is a turnoff for them.
Absolutely. Everything's a business. You have to run everything like a business. Even, something that is supposed to be fun, you're going to need to somehow organize that. So everything is always
Mhm.
organized in some way or form, or, yeah. Organizing a stream typically ends up becoming like a business because you have to think about posting content and
Mhm.
promoting yourself some way. So yeah, it does sort of become like a business, but we never saw it as a business.
Mhm.
We never
Yeah, I
treated
think
it like a financial business. Like organizational wise, yes, you have to run it like a business, but you will do better all around if you don't treat it like a financial decision.
that's what I was just thinking is that like when you treat it financially like a business,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you can do the organizing. Like we both were very meticulous in setting up everything, trying to make it perfect before we hit go live,
Yeah.
and set it up the best that we can, so that way while we're playing the game and streaming, everything's kind of on autopilot in the background on the
Yeah.
computer while you're actively interacting. But when you're just sitting there and financially sitting there running this like a business, running promos and getches, like
Yeah.
just quick getches the whole
Yeah.
time, like, oh, send $10 right now and bam, you're in this, and then it's just like prize wheel after prize wheel after prize wheel of different things. And there was a couple streamers that would do their entire stream would just be they would say they're streaming Fortnite, and this happened a lot on Kick when it first came out,
Mm-hmm.
where they would be running because Kick allowed gambling and stuff like that
Yeah.
for streaming, and a lot of like Facebook wouldn't allow stuff like that,
Mm-hmm.
but Kick was allowing it, and people would say, "I'm streaming Fortnite." They would play one game, and then
Yeah.
after that game, they'd sit in the lobby for 2 hours just running auction slash giveaway
Mm-hmm.
slash promo stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And when they're co-streaming with somebody else, the other person's if you go to their stream, they're literally just sitting there with the other person's stream up on their phone while their Fortnite thing is in sleep mode,
Yeah.
and they're not talking with the community or anything. They're just sitting there watching the other stream on their channel while this other person is just selling promo like crazy. And then when you go to their channel, there's only like 5 people in there, and it's like, dude, nobody wants to like listen to this
Yeah.
literally sounds
Yeah.
like one of those shop at home networks right now.
Yeah.
Like, what is the stream? But I love to
Mm.
just set everything up off camera
Yes.
and just have it running in the background. If you want to run a promo like for some merch or whatever,
Yeah.
there's going to be a prize wheel. $1 donations get you on the prize wheel. At the end of the stream, we'll spin this wheel, and after we spin the wheel, we'll do customs. Perfect. You
Yeah.
did stuff like that. I did stuff like that. Perfect. We played games the whole day.
Yeah.
Donations come in
Yeah.
between games. I add your name to the wheel. We play more games. Then we spin, we get a winner, and then we invite everybody in for custom games. And it's a great stream. It's
Mm-hmm.
fun. We might not make a ton of money doing that, but it's fun. And it increases our engagement. Um, and it brings people back the following streams.
Yeah, and I think
Especially if
that
you have a promotion like for you, you had like merchandise. You had some really awesome merchandise that was coming out, and you were running promos with your wheel, like supporter wheel,
mm-hmm.
and getting people onto it for like 2 weeks at a time,
Mm-hmm.
and then running your thing at the end of like a special stream.
Mm-hmm.
Like I thought that all worked out, or it to me it seemed like it all worked out beautifully for you,
Yeah.
and engagement.
I don't ever want to pressure anybody to be there, and I don't ever want to pressure anybody to donate. We have things that make it fun and interactive to maybe, but again, that's more of a like, hey, thanks. Like, I appreciate you. I think that all ties back to like people see you for what you are. People can see when something is not genuine, and
Hmm.
those streams that don't have a good balance of promoting versus um, involvement, that's
Yep.
the kind that you're talking about. And yeah, you're going to lose views, you're going to lose people if you're not genuine. Just the people who are going to be in there aren't going to be genuine either, and that's not what I want, that's not what you want. So I love that we're on the same page with that, and I know that's how
Yeah.
it's going to be here with anything we do here, you know um, and I look forward to that. That's one of the reasons why we're still friends. That's one of the reasons why we're here together today because yeah, we see eye to eye on that. And if I can't
Hmm.
believe there's people who don't, but there's a ton of them. And I was gonna say the original streams that started like streaming really probably came from, I don't know what came first, but like for me, gaming goes back to like these YouTube videos where they weren't even streaming and they're recording it. Like I'm talking like, I don't know, like Ninja, Cypher PK, all these original like Fortnite players that I learned about. They seem to more like record it, and then eventually they were streaming. But like I don't think they were streaming when they first started. And so first and foremost, streaming used to be, or just gaming video content used to be about entertainment, not you know um, streaming or financial gain. So yeah, I think a lot of times people forget about the fact that you have to have a good time, you have to be genuine, you have to have fun. None of those guys started out trying to make bank. They all
Yeah.
started
If
out
you're
making videos to have fun, and that's why they've done well.
Yeah, if you're not having fun, it's gonna be easy to see through.
Mm-hmm.
Um, there's a couple streamers that I think are still doing good and they're not having fun,
I agree.
and
I
it's
was
just
just thinking
because
about that. Yeah.
it's yeah, it's just because the quality of followers that they have
Mm-hmm.
are these just troll type people.
Yeah.
Like like they're not really even there for the entertainment. They're more there for other people suffering.
Or they're the pick me
And
type that are there for attention.
exactly, and
Just trying to be a
it's
popular stream.
yeah, they're basically pick me followers,
They're not there for
and
you.
exactly, they're there for their own clout.
Mm-hmm.
They'll show up regularly to the stream just so that they can bully or badmouth or whatever other people that are coming into the stream,
Yeah.
and in a way try to defend the streamer.
Mm-hmm.
but and but they're doing their own thing, and the streamer just allows it because they've been there forever. I've seen a lot like that, and those are streams I don't like being in.
No, I agree. It's the nature of the beast sometimes though. You get too big
Hmm.
and yeah, you do attract a different crowd for sure. But again, like it always goes back for me, it always goes back to just being yourself and being genuine. And if you're truly trying to have a good time, I think that, you can avoid that. I think a lot of people
Yeah,
lose their way quite easily, which again, I guess that's why we started talking about esports teams. Ultimately, I think that's often quite an easy way to lose your way is joining a team where you're not even yourself. You're part of a group now,
yeah.
and yeah, again, all these different personalities. This is all, you know.
I think we led into it because of like Rich,
Mm-hmm.
um, and his me meeting him. He was already in them.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's why I saw him go through two teams so quickly,
Mm-hmm.
is because he knew who he was. He
Yes.
wanted to be authentic to himself,
Yes.
and he didn't want to be tied up in all the rules and like
Mm-hmm.
the expectancies that these uh, people running these esports teams that they had of him. He just wanted to kind of do his own thing, and
Yeah.
he got through it. He got out of it, and uh, I have to say he seems a lot happier outside of esports teams
Mm-hmm.
than he did while he was in it. I
He
have
seems like a
I
cool
have a
guy.
blast whenever we play together. He's a legit funny, fun dude,
Yeah, he's awesome.
and to
No
see him with
bullshit.
no strings attached anymore,
Yeah.
it makes me happy.
Yeah, he's a no bullshit kind of person, and he speaks
Hmm.
up for himself. And um, yeah, I'm not shocked at all that he, you know, went through a couple and was like, it isn't for me.
Yeah,
It's not for me either. I get
that's not for me.
it.